All them names. How y'all doing today? Look, it is your boy, Bro Troy. We are back at it again. We're having some fun conversations. We have a young lady that we're sitting down to that has reached out to us, has saw this awesome platform, has decided to partner with us to bring the Bro Code experience to a women's empowerment event that I'm going to let her talk a little bit more about. So first and foremost, let the people know who you are.
Okay, so my name is Jamilla S. Robertson-Johnson.
Okay.
Recently married, 6 months into it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's why she had to put that Johnson on there. And I was like, hold on, where that come from? When we met years ago, so congratulations. I'm really excited about that. Tell the people a little bit more about you, what you do, how do you bless the world?
Where do I start? Well, I identify myself as a servant first. Some things call you and some things you call, and this called me. Yeah. So God has blessed me to be a minister of the gospel, a motivational speaker, a 3-time published author now, a mentor, a wife, a mother. So many women across the world, we wear a lot of hats. Mm-hmm. But my call, I have come to identify that my call is to the women. I am a motivational midwife. I help women set goals, achieve goals, overcome traumas, just things that everyday women deal with. And I understand that we are dealing with this stuff, but it's now time to break free from these things. So that's who I am, and what we are here and talking about today is the women's empowerment that's coming. And so I'm super excited that y'all gonna be a part of it this year.
Super excited to have you. What can people expect? What are we gonna be talking? I know what we're gonna be talking about, but what is the expectation of the event?
Well, let me give you a little background about what the women's empowerment is. So Sisters, Let's Give Them Something to Talk About derives from changing the narrative. We want to make sure that we are changing the narrative from negative to positive. Because people are always gonna have something to say. So I was downloading this vision we're in the 5th year of our women's group. So we meet on a monthly basis, total about 60 women come together on a monthly basis. We talk about goals, dreams, ambitions. We celebrate one another. We pray for one another. We cry together. We do a lot of life together. And it's open to anybody else who's, willing to come and join. But the thing that I always make sure that the women know that we have to do the work. Yeah. We have to do the work. So the Sisters, Let's Give Them Something to Talk About women's group. We're in our 5th year of that. So as that started to come and develop, I wanted to do something that is going to impact our community. And we're all familiar with the women's empowerment that they have here in the Raleigh area, which is my inspiration. I love it. I am so grateful that we have something like that here for the state, but I also wanted to bring something of that magnitude to Eastern North Carolina. Yeah. Rocky Mount, Tarboro, Wilson, Greenville. We wanted to make sure that we are servicing our own community.
Yeah, I love it. Well, how did that even become important to you? I'm hearing minister of the gospel, I'm hearing servant leader. These are all things that we hold on to ourselves, but oftentimes we find purpose through pain. So talk to me about that. How has that impacted your life to get you where you are now?
I often get asked, what qualifies you to say what you say, do what you do, and talk to the women the way you talk to them? Because I'm a military veteran, so I shoot straight from the hip. Sometimes that's a blessing, sometimes it's a curse.
Depends on who you're talking to.
Right. It depends on how they receive it. And so I shoot straight from the hip, and I'm come from a place of pain because I was in an unsuccessful marriage before. I was homeless. I have 2 children. I was ministering the gospel out of so much pain. I was trying to be obedient to God in one sense, and then go home and it was something completely different. So I understand what it means to lose yourself. When people say, I just lost myself, I understand what that means to truly lose yourself. And for me, the breaking point for me was when I thought my only outlet was to check into a mental institution. I thought that it was what my only outlet was, and God saw fit to, no, that's not it. That's not the end for you. And so my 40th birthday, I ended up separating from my ex-husband, and my 40th birthday, it was like I refused to live another life defeated.
Yeah.
So I had to come to terms with who I was. I had to come to terms with whose I was. And then I had to break free from all the past that had caused me all that pain, and forgive myself. So that's what I think a lot of women disqualify themselves because they don't forgive themselves. And we could talk about forgiveness all day long, but that's how I come to a place. I never had sisters, biological sisters. So I always honed in on wanting sisters, yearning for sisters. So when I got downloaded the women's group, that was my perfect opportunity to just gravitate to all the women and allow them, because I always introduce myself as, it's your sister Jamilla, always giving them something to talk about. So I always want to make sure that they can trust me like you would trust your own sister.
We're big on wellness, definitely when it comes to vulnerability and trust. And I
Absolutely.
think, matter of fact, I know that's one of our superpowers, as we're able to organically create conversations around courageous concepts in any room that we go into.
Yes.
But I'm curious, man, what are you guys' thoughts?
Well, one thing that sticks out for me is it sounds like you're over the space where what I went through is mine. I can't share it with the world, so that somebody's in that same space can see,
Right.
oh, she overcame it, I can too.
Absolutely.
Do you remember a pivotal moment or time where it was like, oh, right now is the time where I have to be transparent and vulnerable for the calling that God has me walking in?
I've always kind of lived such a transparent life, because I tell people, look, you ain't gonna hear about me because I tell it. The devil, you're not gonna, I don't want to give the devil no opportunity, because, I've overcome shame and I got delivered from people a long time ago. Now, my story is something that I had to get comfortable with sharing more frequently. And now here in recent years, I just overcame a situation where I had to start telling people that my mom was diagnosed with bipolar. And then as a military veteran being diagnosed with PTSD, these are things I had to get more comfortable with sharing. And so the pivotal moment for me was when I just absolutely said, it's not about me. This thing is bigger than me. And because it's so much bigger than me, when I share my story, people say, wow, looking at you. We always say, I don't look like what I've been through. So when you say that, and then you get an opportunity to share a little bit of your story, then people just want to be like, wow, I had no idea. How would they know? Because we're not supposed to look like what we've been through, right?
Now,
So, I'm sorry.
oh, I didn't, Flo, I didn't mean to cut you
No,
off.
you're fine.
I was going to ask, this is year 3 of the conference. How has it changed and evolved since the beginning?
It's still growing. We are still growing. I have seen, because I always want to hold near and dear to me the why. And one thing that I know for sure is that I need to know at the end that one, God gets the glory, and 2, somebody's life is transformed. So I'm not really big on numbers, so that's why we have it in a large auditorium, and it's because we want to see growth. We want to see growth. It can be easy for us to have it in a smaller venue, pack it out, and then keep moving like that. But God has charged me to do it in this auditorium that holds up to 1,000 women or 1,000 people, and we want to continue to see the growth. And so, did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Okay, so 3 years. We just want to, I've seen women cry out of situations, come out of situations. I've seen women start their businesses, step out on faith, leave, terrible situations because people have come and been transparent and shared their stories.
And strengthen other people's testimonies, and
Yeah.
that's how that faith continues. It's a ripple effect, right?
Right.
Who is this conference for? Like when we talk about, who is this for? Talk to me about that.
this women's empowerment is for everyone. You know, it's not a culture thing, it's a sister thing. And I'm grateful that you all are going to be a part of it, because we always want to hear the men's perspective of what we need to know from the men's point of view. So it doesn't matter if you're black, brown, green. And, you know, I tell women, we had some young women come last year, and I always tell the parents if they're able to handle the content, because we are going to have some transparent moments. Sure. If they're able to handle, or you know your child, then the maturity of them, we want them to come and be inspired. We want them to come be uplifted. We want them to be empowered. We want people to leave the place saying, wow, something that I've received this information, I've had a good time. Now it's time for me to do something different that I've never done before. You know, step outside the box. Go ahead and take the leap of faith that they always wanted to and always been hesitant to do.
You've heard it right here on the Bro Code Show. This conference is for everyone. So whether it's the young or the young at heart, whether it is girl, boy, or any way that you identify yourself, there's something for you at this conference. Let them know, how can they buy tickets? Where can they go to get more information?
Well, anyway, anyone wants to connect with me, I'm on all social media platforms. Well, I can't say all. There's so many out there. So I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Jamilla S. Robertson. On Facebook, I'm Jamilla S. Robertson-Johnson. My website is www.JamillaSRobertson.com. And that is the link that, because we're using a new ticket engine this year. We're not using Eventbrite, but we're using a new ticket engine. And we've come to find out that the ticket engine does not promote like Eventbrite does. Not a problem. You can go to my website, www.JamillaSRobertson.com, and we will link you to the appropriate site. It's going to be absolutely amazing this year. I want you all to know, and I need the people to hear and understand, not just because I'm the visionary. Yes. I need people to understand that you're not coming to support us in this cause. You're coming for yourself. I tell women, I tell anyone that's going to participate that this is your time. This is going to be your space to get selfish. Yeah. To truly hone in on what you want, how you want, what you want. You know, it's in September, so that's a good time to start forecasting for the next year, what you want to do differently and how you want to go about doing it. And we're going to give you the tools, we're going to give you some inspiration and give you the push you need to help you jumpstart that.
Well, Ms. Johnson, we appreciate you. We thank you for your vision, your gift, and then allowing us. So for those that are watching, the Bro Code will be in the building. Yes. Ladies, write your questions down now. Bald head greatness will be in the building.
Hold on. So what kind of questions? Like, where we want to go with this? Look, I mean, like, you know, like, talk to them.
Well, I don't know. You tell me, but we have a segment on our show called Flip the Script. And on that segment, those that are guests on our show now become the hosts. So we would love for those that are coming and attending, maybe you could be on the scene with the bros on Flip the Script, but we would love for you to approach with that same energy. Okay. Yes. We're open books. You can ask us anything.
Okay.
And the reason I ask that, I really feel like some of the things that we've already talked about with women, some of the struggles, some of the traumas, and all the barriers, the doors closing, were created by men. So being able to have men speak to those things, maybe the key that opens the door for them to uplift and get out of that place in their life. So that's why I asked that question, and so I'm really excited. But and then I want to hear too. I want to hear who else is going to be there. So I had the privilege of being a part of it last year, and I'm telling you, like in my mind, I was like, yo, I'm going there. I'm gonna sit on the panel, I'm getting in my car, and I'm riding back to Raleigh.
Right.
I got there early. I was excited. It was contagious. The energy was big. And then after the panel, I was in my seat, kind of like excited. And I didn't really feel like it was for men, but even I walked away with something that I could apply in my life. So I'm excited to get back on stage. But who keynote speaker? Talk to us about that.
Our keynote speaker this year. I tried to. Let me just say this: it's easy if your money right. It's easy to get big names if your money's right. But I really try to follow women and get involved with women that are making some really powerful moves. Because you are on a platform or been on a reality show does not necessarily mean that you're able to inspire and uplift women.
Right.
So this year, last year, Dr. Cheryl Wood set the stage on fire. So I said, with that being the second year, we need something equivalent, because it got to go higher. So this year we have Dr. Cheryl, and her name is Cheryl Pelote Williamson. She's a best-selling author, a world-renowned motivational speaker. She is absolutely amazing. She's an executive producer. She's doing big things, major, and she's familiar with the Raleigh area. I think she told me that she went to Shaw.
Okay.
And so we are excited that she is going to be there, and please follow her, Dr. Cheryl P. Williamson. She is absolutely amazing. I am so excited that she's going to be there. Now, I always like to say that we don't want it just to be informational. We want you to get inspired and uplifted and leave empowered, but we also want you to have a good time. So we have R&B megastar Sunshine Anderson is going to be performing.
Heard it all before.
Yeah, heard it all before. Yeah, who hasn't heard it all
Miss
before?
Heard It All Before.
Miss Heard It All Before is going to be closing us out, along with the R&B sensation of royalty. They are going to close us out because we want people to. That's my way of saying thank you.
Yeah.
We want to say thank you because you're going to come. You're taking time out of your busy schedule. It's going to be an amazing day full of vendors and food trucks and networking. But at the end, we want to have a concert, a little showcase to have wow, this was amazing. Can't wait till next year. That's how I felt when I left the Women's Empowerment here in Raleigh.
Yeah.
I felt supercharged. I was like, yes. And I'm an event planner. So as an event planner, you know that you have to do these things, and organization that's from the military is key. So we operate with a spirit of excellence. We operate with the organization that we're just not throwing something together.
Yeah.
We got everyone in mind, and we want to make sure that everyone benefits from what we're doing.
Well, we got to let the people know one more time before we go. First and foremost, the Bro Code will be in the building.
Bro
Fellas,
Code
we
in
need
the
y'all to
building.
come out because we're going to need your support. Don't have us in the room all by ourselves. Not that we can't hold it down, but come out and support the Bro Code. Fellas, come out. Ladies, come out. Make sure you support this great event. Let them know the time, the date, and the location.
Saturday, September the 16th. Saturday, September the 16th. We will be at the Keihin Auditorium on the campus of Edgecombe Community College in Tarboro, North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina. Look, we are getting ready to just do what we do. And it is going to be major. It's going to be big. The doors will open up at 10 a.m. We will get started at 11. And did I say I was military?
You did. It's going to be on time.
It's going to be on time. We start on time so we can end on time. But hear me clearly. I tell my team, whether it's 2 or 200, let's go. That countdown is going to start, and at 11 o'clock, we hitting the stage.
Well, just know the Bro Code will be in the building to add the fun, the energy.
Yes.
Let's come out and have a great time.
I cannot wait.
I can't wait either. Let us know the website one more time so they can go get those tickets.
www.JamillaSRobertson.com. I'm sure y'all have it on the ticker or something.
We won't have it all across the screen.
That's
We got you. We on it. Well, Miss Johnson, because you just got married, we're going to put some respect on your name.
Yes.
We appreciate you coming through with the Bro Code. The fellas also appreciate you understanding. We believe that light attracts light, and we're big on partnerships. So for you to come alongside us and say, hey, we value you not just for what you do, but to put a price tag on it and say, we want to hire you to do this, we don't take that lightly.
Well, I'm excited that y'all are going to be in the building. I know the women are going to have those questions ready.
Let's do
We're
it.
going to have to put a time limit on it. We're going to have to put a time limit on it because they are going to be fired up. And they are going to be asking, because last year, as Camille stated, that he was part of the panel last year, and it was really just a moment of transparency. And then the women kind of walked away like, "Wow, I didn't know that." So that's what we always want to bring a men's perspective to it. And so thank you all.
Absolutely.
Thank you all so much for saying yes. And I follow you all. Y'all are doing amazing things. So keep doing what you're doing. And let's just continue to link arms and make this thing great.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Till the next time on the Bro Code Show. We out. Young lady, how you doing today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I am doing fantastic. You just finished filming with the Bro Code TV production team and the Bro Code fellas. Bald head greatness is in the building. Tell us about your experience.
It was absolutely amazing. The experience was amazing. It was nothing less than what I anticipated, which was awesomeness from start to finish.
We're having an event in September. The Bro Code will be a part of it. Why did you call on the Bro Code for this event?
Because I see what you all are doing, and I love that you all are keeping it real. And in keeping it real, you have to keep it right. So you're keeping it real and right. And so I'm excited that you all are going to be in the building because I want you to keep it real and right with the attendees that will be at our conference.
Boom, I love it. Thank you so much.
You don't want to miss this year's Sisters Let's Giv'em Something to Talk About annual event. This women's empowerment will motivate, inspire, and encourage women of all classes and creeds to live a first-class life, both naturally and spiritually. It promises to be a day of candid conversations about overall mental health, including managing stress, finding peace within chaos, balancing life and goals, avoiding and overcoming addictions to alcohol or drugs, developing a sisterhood circle, and more. This event is for all women, regardless of age, race, or creed. Get ready to think bigger, to be inspired about setting and achieving your goals and locking arms with other strong women to overcome your struggles. This third annual Women's Empowerment will be held on Saturday, September 16th at the Keihin Auditorium in Tarboro. Tickets are on sale now.